chance when I'm playing cards with my buddies. Where the money flies right out of my pants. Don't you know I got a little secret? It's the ace of hearts up my sleeve. And when I get home to my honey, she give me love like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. When I'm walking through my neighborhood, everybody knows I'm feeling good. See me smiling from my head and my feet. They say, ain't that Mr. Lucky coming down the street? Hey, that's me. I'm Mr. Lucky when you kiss my lips, when you touch me with your fingertips. I'm Mr. Lucky when you hold me tight. I'm Mr. Lucky when you kiss good night. Baby, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. You know that's right. Baby, 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 baby.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What is shaking on your Monday night? I hope it's good for you. Today, I will tell you about jerky. No, not Stuttering John. I mean, actual jerky. I'll tell you all about jerky. I brought jerky. I have jerky on the screen back there. Although that jerky looks like ass on the back screen. I mean, I put it on here because they served it on a tray with the pepper grinder and a cup and a thing. It looks pretty bad. Doctrine says, thunderous applause and cheers here. Well, yes, of course. Hey, anybody notice a little something different on the show today? I'm changing some things up. Anybody notice anything? What the fuck's going on here? Anybody knows? I have to get a haircut and I have to shave. Sorry. That's not the thing I changed up, by the way. Oh, by the way, like, share, subscribe, notify, call a friend, notification bell. Go ahead and tweet it if you want to, although Twitter's kind of stuck in our craw right now. We also have super chats. We like to make a couple bucks every show. You know, we're not going to shake a plate or anything like that. But the big thing is to turn on your gifted memberships, because some people come in here and they give them out. And if your gifted memberships are not turned on, you won't get one. If they are turned on, oh, man, the joy you're going to experience. RJ Kelly says, "G'day, Tom. Good to see you." RJ Kelly is a famous jockey down in Australia. Famous. The doctor says, "Jerky, you mean cow raisins?" Cow raisins sounds a little too close to cow pie for my liking, frankly. I mean, jerky. I'll tell you about it in a little while. I'll tell you what jerky is in a while. I'll give you a little hint, though. What is sold mostly in stores is called beef jerky. It's jerky made from beef. That ain't the only kind of jerky that's out there, kids. If it has hooves or walks the earth, somebody's made, or swims the earth, someone has made jerky out of it. Trust me. Randy Ramos, the chef himself, is in the house. Hello, Randy. You got a famous chef and a famous jockey from Australia. I remember one weekend he got like 4 firsts, a second, and a third. That's a lot. That's famous. Let me see here. Chef on deck. Yes. Oh, man, dang lizard. For a fun show, have a great day. Yes, your backdrop in Jersey looks like inedible shit. Dang lizard, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. €5. I don't know how much that is, but I'm very grateful. So thank you very much. It was very much appreciated. Incidentally, love your comments on the Rico show and everything else. I'm just going to go ahead and blow the deal here. You might be able to tell better if I put evil ice cream Tom Gully. I zoomed out. My other thing, I'd be this big. Now I'm this big. Now you get a hint of the most incredible t-shirt collection in the history of mankind. RJ Kelly says, I made some homemade lamb jerky before turnout. A lot better than expected. Wow. Yeah, they've got jerky makers now, I guess. Or maybe they're just food dehydrators. Same thing. Same thing. Dang Lizard says, it's a bit more than $5. Hey, man, it's the support. The dollar amount's inconsequential. I figured it's about the same thing, though. If it was pounds, I could have done the thing. Because, as you know, I'm the world's greatest Arsenal fan. And every time I get a thing that says pounds, I have to see how much we're overpaying a little used left back from Greece that we will immediately loan out to Scunthorpe United. Immediately. We won't even hesitate. We'll sign him in the same day, go to Scunthorpe United for 2 or 3 years, and then we'll just let your contract lapse. And then shortly thereafter, you'll appear against us playing for Burnley or something. Am I going too far with that? It's what happens. I mean, we're not like Chelsea. We don't have 140 guys on our first team squad. Randy says, I made salmon candy jerky before. It's great. I don't know what candy jerky is. Salmon jerky. Why wouldn't I used to get these strips about this long at the store, so cardboard sealed in plastic with various encrusted of smoked salmon. Just kind of flakes off. But it's not jerky. It is not jerky. Oh, maybe I should take that guy down. Unless you want to see, you guys want a little eye candy here before the show starts. Let's see. A little more eye candy. It does sound great. Chef Reverend Bill says he has made bear jerky. Really lean. Some of those wild game meats, you got to brine them and you got to do stuff. I don't know how jerky would affect them, but I remember one time it was elk. We had some elk steaks that had not been brined, and we cooked them, and God, it was just awful. Just way super gamey and tough, and other thing you got to watch for is elk has a lot of sinew. attached to the meat. You got to cut all that off, man, because it's like cartilage and stuff. It's just, you can't, if you get it in the meat, you won't be able to chew it ever. Well, Bill says, I don't soak my meats. I like the wild taste. Yeah, some of it I don't mind, but some of it is just so gamey. It's just, ick. But if you brine it, it's fine. Gator jerky is good too. Yeah, they serve that on Alligator Alley. You can get big, long stick. Gator jerky. Well, we'll get into all that. We'll get into all that in a couple minutes. Anyway, Denglers said, yeah, not a big fan of gamey meats. I knew this guy. The guy was actually a pretty tremendous jerk. But this is when I worked in Detroit. He would host a party, like at the end of hunting season, end of the fall leading into the winter or early winter. He would host a party that was attended actually by, there'd be 20 to 40 people there. And in his kitchen, he would have all these plates. Some of them would have aluminum foil. But he would, muskrat, possum, fox, elk, deer, all these various game meats. He and I think he had buddies that were hunters. Yeah, this guy couldn't hunt down a Snickers bar. And you go from one to one to one to one to one, and some of them were really good, and some of them were like, God, I think I'm going to throw up later. But some of them where the meat was just super gamey, and it's like, God, what do you eat this? Reverend Wild Bill says, I'll eat anything that doesn't eat me first, and if it moves slow enough, I call it fair game. Well, if you like that gamey, then you should have it. You should have it. I don't prefer it. Prefer a little less gamey, but some of it, ugh. Me and my best friend hate that guy. It was a guy that worked for the company that I work for, and when he was around other sort of managers, he'd be all above board and stuff, but when they weren't around, he would just come up for you and have, basically say, do all my work for me. And if you didn't, he'd be a real jerk and make your life miserable. But I kind of got him in trouble, so he had to quit doing that. Julian Zezer says, hi. Hello, Julian Zezer. Dog is interesting. Had it in Asia. No, thank you. Doctor says, I didn't know you're Cajun, Reverend. So like this one time I wrote this copy for a TV commercial. This is a big agency in Detroit. All we did were giant national TV commercials. So I wrote this script and we got in a big meeting and this guy would change my copy. He wouldn't even tell me about it. This was back before this was in the mid 90s. So you didn't have, you had your own like computer and your own stuff, but you had to take your scripts to what they called typing, and they would put it on the agency letterhead, the script format, and they would have it. It would be, that's the version of it. It's the official version. Well, he would just go to typing and make changes to my scripts, and I wouldn't know anything about it. We'd get in a meeting, and I'd be like, this isn't the script I wrote. So I present the script that he wrote, because that's what he said. You present that one, that's why I approve, blah, 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 blah. I said, I didn't write this. Present it anyway. You're a good presenter. So I present it, and the head of the whole agency is in this meeting, and he starts peppering me with questions. Why is it like this? Why is it like that? Why doesn't it have this in it? And I said, hey, I didn't write this script. And this guy immediately starts, that's your script, basically. I said, no, I wrote a script, but I've been happy to bring it here and present. You changed the script without my knowledge. You didn't even tell me about it. And you present it to me 30 seconds before this meeting. Now it's my script. They lit him up like you can't believe. It's like, this guy's written our 3 last big campaigns at this agency, and he's been here for 8 weeks. Kind of want the hot hand to be able to do his scripts without, blah, blah, blah. So he got in big trouble. And from that day forth, he couldn't say anything, at least not to me. Some of my coworkers he was still a jerk to, but from that day forth, it would be, Don't you think you ought to do this or that? I really don't. Why is StreamYard giving me connection crap? Anyway. Well, let's get through these and then I'll tell you about Jerky. Randy says, do you remember me telling you about my daughter's summer rose? Yes, I do. Basketball player. I have kin that live below Lake Charles, Louisiana. Dane says you can do some nice food from it, but it mostly covers this over-the-top gamey taste to it. Yeah. Love me some mud bugs. Yeah, mud bugs are okay. The Tom Robo Gully Show. If they can figure out a way to AI me, that's fine. I'll take a vacation. Doctor says, Roger that, Rev. Can't wait till them mud bugs back in season. Tom must be on dial-up tonight. What the Better now, glitch in the matrix. Yeah, maybe it's you. It's back to normal. All right. I tried making jerky once, says Julian Caesar, out in the sun over a fire, but couldn't keep the flies off it. Didn't work. Well, those are the pitfalls of jerky. Brother, let me open my thing. I'd say it's good to be with you guys tonight. We're gonna have a great show tonight. The next 50 minutes are going to be tear-ass good time. All right, where's my thing? Let's see. There we go. There we go. What's this? Well, I think I'm just doing this one. I might check out the other one here in a second. Dear. Changed up the whole show. It's a whole different... Nobody noticed. You're right. It's me. Wow, Bill, you're awesome. Wow, Bill, I was just thinking the other day about... And I did search around here somewhere in a box, and I couldn't find it. And I searched around for probably 2 hours this weekend. Of course, while I was searching, I got derailed into, hey, what's this? Well, I didn't remember I had this, whatever. But I was trying to find Percival's beard material, and I can't find it. I think Percival needs to host the show again. The show has done its job. Time to head to bed. Only took us 10 minutes. Doctor said, not true, Tom. I noticed the change. Well, okay. I guess people noticed. They just didn't say anything. Now that we're on the subject, okay, I guess I should have worn a black shirt. It just blends into everything. Daggone it. Dig nabbit. Darn it. Here we go. Here's a good jerky picture. I don't know about you guys, but that looks like some damn fine jerky to me. Right? But I zoomed out a little bit. You don't have to look at my face as closely. I thought you guys would be thrilled by that. Jerky is lean, trimmed meat cut into strips and then dehydrated to prevent spoilage. Now, normally, this drying includes the addition of salt, probably a lot of salt, to prevent bacteria growth. Now, the word jerky derives... Guys hear that? You got to hear that. Asswipe. This is an ice cream guy. The word jerky derives from the Quechua word charqui, which I guess turns into jerky. I don't know. Which means dried, salted meat. There you go. Modern manufactured jerky is often marinated, prepared with a seasoned spice rub or liquid, or smoked with low heat, usually, and you're not going to believe this, 160 degrees Fahrenheit. It's pretty low. Store-bought jerky commonly includes sweeteners, such as brown sugar. Jerky is a ready-to-eat, needs no additional preparation kind of food, and it can be stored for months without refrigeration. To ensure maximum shelf life, a proper protein to moisture content is required in the final cured product. Now, I'm going to show you some more jerky. This is jerky in its meat form, and it is being dried. So those are like little rolled up pieces of meat. It's still meat right now. And they're laying it out to be dried in the sun. And I'm telling you what, if you've eaten jerky and you've thought, is this the most sanitary thing in the world? Well, of course, doesn't that cardboard box it's sitting on look sterilized to you? What's wrong with you? You fool. You fool. Many products which are sold as jerky consist of highly processed, chopped and formed meat rather than traditional sliced whole muscle meat. So this jerky here that I have, right? Let me just open it. This jerky that I have here is the whole piece of meat. It's a contiguous piece of pre-existing muscle meat. Now, some of the older people in the audience, I'm looking at you, Reverend Wild Bill, and I'm looking at me, and if Terry Nee was in here, I'd be looking at him. When I was a child, the gourmet beef jerky that we have today, like this, did not exist. Okay. The Omega or whatever, all that first came out didn't exist. What we thought of beef jerky, at least my hillbilly Indiana upbringing, back in the day, there were two things that were beef jerky, unless you knew somebody that made it. One, well, they both were Slim Jim. One was the tubular Slim Jim, which was nothing more than, it just seemed to me like the meat that they got out of the machine that makes sausage or something, out of the gears or the cutter or whatever. It was just horribly pulverized meat of some kind with that orange grease wrapped by the casing. Those sticks from Slim Jim, you know, you bite them. It's that salty flavor, all that stuff. And that casing means that you have to chew it for half an hour. You can like paper or something. And then the other were flat Slim Jim sticks that were in like a big long rectangle. And they were just nothing more. It was like a McNugget, as were the sticks. It wasn't a piece of meat. It was chopped up, pulverized stuff. That's what beef jerky used to be. That's what it was to the American public till 10 or 20 years ago. Now, beef jerky's gotten pretty friggin' highfalutin. And, I mean, people won't eat anything but this now. Slim Jim, try to get somebody to eat one of those. Good luck to you. Many products which are sold as jerky are crap, like I just said. Now, these products may contain more fat, but moisture content, as in the whole muscle product, must meet a 0.75 to 1 moisture to protein ratio in the U.S. to be jerky. But you didn't think that jerky had any standards. Well, there's that one. Pretty much it. Here's some more jerky. This is Chinese jerky. I think the name of it is bakawa or bukawa, which was way too close to bukkake for me. But also, this just looks like ass. It just looks wet and nasty, and I don't know. Maybe it could be delicious. I don't know, but that's Chinese jerky. Jerky is made from domesticated animals as well as game animals. There you go, Wild Bill. Jerky from domesticated animals includes beef, pork, goat, mutton, and lamb. But it can also be made from game animals like deer, kudu, springbok, kangaroo, bison, other animals like turkey, ostrich, salmon. Hey there. Chicken, duck, goose, shrimp, oxen, squid, octopus, alligator, pigeon, crocodile, tuna, emu, horse, camel, lion, bear, snake, and earthworm have entered the jerky market. Most fat must be trimmed from the meat prior to drying, as fat increases the chances of spoilage. Although modern vacuum packing and chemicals have helped out with that a little. The meat must be dried quickly to limit bacterial growth during the critical period where the meat is not yet dry. To accomplish drying quickly without the use of high temperature, which would cook the meat, and that's why the meat must be sliced or pressed thin. In industrial settings, large, low-temperature drying ovens with many heater elements and fans make use of exhaust ports to remove the moisture-laden air. It's like a humidor or something, I guess. The combination of fast-moving air and low heat dries the meat to the desired moisture content within a few hours. The raw marinated jerky strips are placed on racks of nylon-coated metal screens, which have been sprayed with a light vegetable oil to allow the meat to be removed easily. The screen trays are placed closely in layers on rolling carts, which are then put in the drying oven. Chemical preservatives, such as sodium nitrate, are often used in conjunction with the historical salted drying procedure to prepare jerky. Smoking is the most traditional method, as it preserves flavors and dries the meat simultaneously. Salting is the most common method used today, as it provides both seasoning to improve the flavor as well as to preserve the meat. While some methods involve applying the seasonings with a marinade, this can increase the drying time because it adds moisture to the process. Yes, it does. It does. Check that out. That is one of those drying things. It's one of those drying. So if you see, those are stacked. So each one of the layers of those stacks have a buttload of jerky on them. After jerky is dried to the proper moisture content to prevent spoilage, it's cooled, then packaged in often resealable plastic bags. This is resealable, either nitrogen gas flushed or vacuum packed. To prevent the oxidation of the fat, the sealed packages often contain small pouches of oxygen absorber, which this one has in it. And I will show you now. Even though it means I will get jerky grease on me. Come on, where's that guy? Here it is. There it is, a little oxygen thingy, which I will put it back in here to preserve all of the deliciousness of the sweet, is it sweet teriyaki? Beef, no, sweet teriyaki. Those small packets are filled with iron particles, which react with oxygen, removing the oxygen from the sealed jerky package and from any other, once I reseal it, it keeps working. Because of the necessary low-fat moisture content, jerky is high in protein. A 1 ounce portion of lean meat, for example, contains 7 grams of protein. So this is 2.58 ounces. It's 81 grams. How much protein we got in here? 10 grams. So about an eighth of this is protein. Unpackaged fresh jerky made from sliced whole muscle meat has been available in specialty stores in Hong Kong since at least the 1970s. The products are purchased by kilograms, pounds kind of, and customers choose from 10 to 20 types of meat used to make the product. Some are sold in strands instead of slices. Macau has opened numerous specialty shops also. many of which are franchise extension of stores in Hong Kong. Compared to the sealed packaged versions, unpackaged jerky, very, very, very short shelf life. This type of jerky has also become very popular in convenience stores in the United States under the name slab jerky. There you go. There you go. Tell you what, let's check out this package a little bit. I'd like you to check out my package. Hey, ladies. So Sweet Baby Ray's. Sweet Baby Ray's. See that there? Let's see. See, maybe get it. Anyway, right here. Daggone it. Right. Son of a. Right there. Sweet Baby Ray's is like a barbecue sauce company, and they have partnered with Bridgeford to make this premium brand they sell at Walmart for $3 of jerky. So high in protein, zero trans fat, and it's teriyaki. Since its 1985, Sweet Baby Ray's simple philosophy about barbecue has guided everything we do. The sauce is the boss. Bridgeford Food was founded in 1932 by my great-grandfather, Hugh Bridgeford. He believed that providing products of the highest quality would be the key to the company's success. More than 80 years, 4 generations later, we're still using the highest quality ingredients and signature spices to make the best tasting product available to you and your family. Baron Bridgeford Jr. His name's Baron. I'm a little pissed off that I bought this now because a guy named Baron probably made $1 on it. When I was a younger man and played lots of sports and attended different high school and college, if there was a guy with the name Baron or Trey or Bo, I immediately was going to foul them so bad they were never going to play again. Take that back home with you, Baron. Tell mommy you can't walk without a limp. Tell her why. Tell her I said hi. Tell her I said hello. All right, let's just give this a taste, shall we? And I'll finish this up here. Let's see. All right, this looks like sometimes the little pieces. You ever get this premium jerky and you start eating it and you get that really soft piece that's like super flavorful? And I think it is the fat, maybe. And it's just like, oh, God. Because sometimes you get a piece that's got like a really tough, I don't like that. Oh, I got one. How about? Okay. For $3, it's pretty good. By the way, made in the United States. Okay. Should have maybe thought about eating a piece of jerky while I'm doing the show. Most nations, you're not going to believe this. It's hard for me to believe. What is that toothpick thing I keep? Most nations, unbelievably, have regulations pertaining to the production of dried meat products. There are strict requirements to ensure safe and wholesome production of jerky products. Factories are required to have inspectors, sanitation plans. In the United States, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is responsible for that stuff. And to comply with USDA regulations, jerky must be heated to an internal temperature of 160 degrees for uncured poultry, or 155 degrees for cured poultry to be considered safe. Many European countries presently prohibit the importation of meat products, including jerky, without additional and extensive customs documentation. So they're going to check your jerky, guys. Hey, you want to go into Canada with some crazy U.S. jerky? They're going to check you out, brother. A typical 30-gram portion of fresh jerky contains 10 to 15 grams of protein, 1 gram of fat. 0 to 3 grams of carbohydrates, although some beef jerky can have protein content above 65%. Since traditional jerky recipes use basic salt cures, sodium can be a concern for some people. About a 30-gram serving of jerky could contain more than 600 milligrams of sodium, which would be about 30% of the recommended United States daily allowance. Now, sodium. This package here. If I was to eat this whole 2.5 ounces, which I don't think I could do, it sticks in your teeth, but it's good snacky stuff. This little sucker contains 22% of my daily allowance of protein. So it is salty. And sodium affects me really hard. So I'll be all puffy or whatever for 2-3 days after. So that original stuff I told you about, Jerky, the original type stuff. First of all, here's what it looks like. I don't know about you, but to me, it looks like you're about to make a wicker basket, not eat some food, but that's what it looks like. It's dried, salted meat product, sure. But they make it from alpaca or llama or crossbreeds of alpaca and llama. Peru is the world's largest producer with approximately 450 tons produced each year. Brazilian charque is made from beef because they do a lot of beef cattle in Brazil. The manufacture of charque principally consists of salting and sun drying. In places like Puno, the meat is sliced before drying. In others like Cusco, the meat is dried from whole bone-in carcass pieces. So they just chop a leg and then dry it that way. It was industrialized in Brazil and Argentina. And in the United States, we just anglicized the name to be jerky. But jerk beef also used to have it's like a verb. Jerk, we're going to jerk beef. You guys want to jerk beef? It just meant you want some, anyway. When encountered by the Spanish, the Inca Empire supplied tampu along the Inca road system with llama charqui for travelers. The Inca used a freeze-drying process that took advantage of their cold, dry mountain air and strong sun. Now, there's other stuff similar to jerky that exists in the world. For instance, I told you about that Japanese bukwa. It's got B-U-K-K. It's starting off with the same 4 letters as bukkake, so I'm not eating it. Biltong, those of you who've ever been to Africa, that's a dried cured meat in southern Africa. Carne seca, that's a Mexican dried beef. But pemmican, I think some of us have heard of. In fact, I think there's a jerky manufacturer called Pemmican, and I think you can buy pemmican, but that's a food mix with a long shelf life, sometimes used as survival food. I've also heard pemmican and other things called Indian candy. Salt pork, that's cured, it won't spoil. And sukuti, which is a dried meat from the Himalayas. And that's just about all I got to tell you guys about beef jerky. Let's go to your comments, shall we? Let me give you some nicer jerky to look at. There you are. Let's just get to your comments. Let's see. Well, maybe we'll give this a shot. I don't know. We'll have to see. Summer Rose is going to be 19 tomorrow. Well, it was just yesterday where she was stealing the basketball from people. Wowie kazowie. Happy birthday tomorrow, Summer. Happy birthday. Doc Torn said, you could do a green shirt for All Hallows Eve. That would be funny. Because you tease and you flirt and you shine all the buttons on your green shirt. You can fool yourself, but nobody's going to get it. Elvis Costello fans out there? Green shirt? No? Choco Taco time. God, I'd love a Choco Taco right now. I was at Walmart Sunday because I had to go and get snacky stuff. And one of the snacky things I got was a box of ice cream bars. The stick with the vanilla coated in chocolate. I don't know what that's officially called, but. And it was on one of the end displays. I didn't have to go down sideways and look through all the ice cream. It was just right on the end. And I thought, I don't have any ice cream. I'll just get this. It's 20 of them in a big box. And I thought, 20, that's a lot. I'll get that one. So I brought it home. And last night, I thought, I'd like one of those delicious ice cream bars. Here's the stick. Here's how much ice cream and chocolate are on the end of it. I mean, it was almost like a joke. I looked at it and went, that's like not even a mouthful. Thanks, Walmart. Thanks. Tyler Schollenberger says, the meat market here makes their own jerky. I had some Dr. Pepper jerky around 4th of July with my family bought, and it was delicious. They've got about 20 different flavors of it they make. I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes you just hear the name of a food or a thing and you go, wow, that sounds good. That sounds like it'd be incredible. Dr. Pepper jerky sounds incredible to me. I would love that. It's like also, it's chili. I put a little Dr. Pepper in it. I'm like, I'm listening. Do you know people that make chili and they put a little chocolate in it, stuff like that? I'm listening. Sprite zero sugar. It's okay. My backup is Baja Blast. I think the difference is this doesn't have any caffeine in it. I'm not sure. Does Sprite have caffeine? Do cucumbers go bad? Red Wild Bill says it's the bacteria that gives jerky its great taste. Yes, E. coli, dangerous to be sure, but tangy and delicious. Meat dried out in the sun. Cow raisins. Gotcha. Meat dried out in the sun sounds like if you were to go to Little Bighorn the day after the Little Bighorn, there'd have been a lot of human jerky out there on the hills. Reverend Wild Bill says Slim Jim was the first big store jerky. Oh, God, it was. It was. Reverend Wild Bill says, my grandmother, Mama, made jerky at the house. Yeah, there were people even that I knew that used to make it. And I think I had some deer jerky, like pemmican or whatever, when I was little, and it was delicious. One of my uncles made it, but jerky isn't authentic unless it's bison, like chili, says Julian Caesar. I've had bison chili, and it is good. She had an outside smoker for her jerky. Yeah, back in the day, when people that made jerky, because I came from sort of a rural community, they were known for their jerky. There's no secret. And if you think of it, dried fruit is really fruit jerky. Never thought of it that way. But it's true. Tyler Schulmer says, now they have chicken, alligator, turkey, etc. Jerky too, besides just beef. Yeah, there's other good jerky meats out there. Angry Snowballs is back with us again. No spider jerky? For shame. Well, I suppose, I'm going to write this down. I suppose I could do a whole show on the insect candy craze. Man, back in the 70s and 80s, there was this thing where they were trying to get us all to eat chocolate-covered insects. I don't know what I did to the front, but is that better? All right. It's coming off tomorrow. So I say. I got to run errands tomorrow. A bunch of errands. In my beautiful new Jaguar. Well, it's not new, but it's new to me. 2008 ST type 6-cylinder. Reverend Bill says there's a vendor that tours with the gun show here in the South that makes some killer jerky. It's probably a good lead into his business, man. I can imagine at a gun show, if you like, that's the guy with the great jerky. All you got to do is give him your name and email address. Hugh says, I'm old enough to remember when you didn't see jerky in stores. Same here, Hugh. You had to get it from someone you knew in a Ziploc bag, kind of like a dime bag. Yeah. And they wrote on it with Sharpie, and it said, Dear Jerky. Made in the USA from Chinese cows. The doctrine says, well, now that you've had your meat, you can have your pudding. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Reverend Wild Bill says, I eat smoked jerky and not salted jerky. I think that's probably a good thing. Now, I don't think I'm going to find any just smoked, unsalted jerky around here. And as I mentioned, my problem in the world, life, living dietarily, is, I got all blurry. Now I'm perfect again. Is that, and I didn't shave, guys. I'm so sorry. Is that sodium kills me. And I don't like sweets that much. I like salty, delicious snacks. And smoked sounds like a better way to go to me. I'm not going to find that. But I can actually eat like a bunch of chips or some popcorn with too much salt or whatever. And the next day I get up and I'm bloated. I've just got to lose that water. It takes a couple days. I don't like country ham because of the salt cure. It depends. Virginia ham. I like a ham steak. And I don't want too much salt in it. I don't want it overly salty. But I like a nice, like, you ever go to a southern restaurant for breakfast and instead of the sausage or the whatever, you could get a ham steak with your eggs and your, oh, man. They cook it in a iron skillet. It's got those little burnt, oh, God. Llama. Yes, who can turn down the irresistible deliciousness of llama. Sugar can be a preservative too, but it costs a lot and it's inauthentic, says Julian Caesar. Yeah, sugar's only authentic for certain things as a cure. Reverend Bill says ostrich jerky is better than you might think. Beef is what's for dinner. Where's the beef? It's not in the gator jerky. Julian Caesar says jerky is like cheese. The more mold, the better it tastes. That's awesome. Sprite has no caffeine. Well, I hate you. I hate you. I do. It says recycle me. Sorry. Where is it? This way. Recycle me. I do have to have a few caffeinated things here, because if I don't think we need this anymore. Because if I don't, then late at night I can't drink anything. It's going to keep me up. Custer wore Arrow shirts. Wild Bill, you and me might be the only people here that remember Arrow shirts, but they were good shirts. We were hillbillies. Chocolate-covered grasshoppers. Yeah. Or chocolate-covered ants. It would be this little... There was a while there. Chocolate-covered caterpillars, candied caterpillars. There was a while there. They were really trying to, shrimp are just grasshoppers that live in the ocean. Shrimp are they are bugs. If you eat it fast enough, you don't have to worry about the salt preservative. That's true. Red Bull gives you winger. No, it doesn't. Sunday morning, 6 o'clock, bought not one, not two, not three. Well, yeah, actually three. 20-ounce Red Bulls. And there ain't none left. Drank them all. I got to get out of here tomorrow and drive around in my black 2008 S-Type Jaguar 3.0 six-cylinder. Taking orders from a can of soda. Well, yeah, a question mark or a please would have gone a long way on this. No, I'm not going to do it. Boomer. I don't know what that one's for, but I'm sure it's for something. I was talking about you earlier, Terry Nee. Angry Snowball says, deer and moose jerky are the most common around here. All the hunters make their own. Yeah, if you're a hunter, it's easy to make. Jerky's not hard to make. I don't know where you're from, Angry Snowballs, but yeah, there's a lot of places like that. Julian Caesar says the new hipster trend is the caffeine nap. Drink a strong coffee, then nap for half an hour, and when you wake up, the caffeine kicks in. That's retarded. How can that possibly work? The caffeine is kicking in once it's in your body. Your nap slows down your metabolism a little bit, but not that much. You're still processing that. That doesn't make any sense. Irma Bill says, S-Type, nice. Decided to go sporty, did you? Well, that was the best one that was available. I talked to my Jag guy, and we talked about different models and years and which ones are the easiest to repair and have the least problems and easy to get parts for, blah, 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 blah. I didn't want another XJ8 Van Pla. It was an amazing car, don't get me wrong, and had every luxury feature you can possibly imagine. But that was a 17-foot long car. It's a big car with an 8-cylinder engine. And it was luxurious. The back seats had huge leg room. It was amazing. But it was just a lot of car. Hard to find places to park. Takes up a lot of room. It just was a lot of car, man. And I always liked the front end grille of an S-Type. And there was one available. It didn't bother me that it was a 6-cylinder. It's like, I don't need all that power anyway. I really don't. Incidentally, a 6-cylinder Jaguar, you're still going to, I think its high end is 150 miles an hour. You're still going to be okay. So anyway, that's what I got. And I'm very happy with it. I'm very, very, very happy with it. Potato bugs, roly-polies, are more related to crustaceans and said to taste like shrimp. I'll take your word for it. S-Type is a good resale car. I'm not worried about a resale. I wanted a 69 XKE. Look, a 69 XKE is an incredible vehicle. It's obviously, from a look standpoint, it's one of the most iconic vehicles ever. But that's a British make. And you're going to want to have that electrical system checked out like crazy. There's just things, is all I'm saying. I might buy one of those if I talk to my local Jag mechanic and he said, yeah, we can work with that. Because I know they would do the things necessary to get it run and be a reliable daily driver. But, man, I just can't see myself buying a British manufactured Jaguar. And I'll never buy one of the Indian ones. Somebody wants to give me one, that's different. It's the Wolf! Hello, everyone. Hello, Wolf. The Wolf is on deck. Well, most cheerful chat room on the internet, as verified by independent sources. By the way, everybody, like, share, subscribe, retweet. We really got to grow this show. If I had 250 more followers, I could actually be making money on pre-roll ads and a lot of other things. The show hasn't grown any followers in months. We've just been hovering around 750 for. Tell a friend, tell somebody. Let's get this hip-hop party started here. I'm going to put a lot more time and effort into this. Back of my brain is starting to go, you need to really make this a bigger deal and then just do this all the time. I would love to do that. It would make me happy. Don't think that's going to happen, but I would love it. But we do have super chats available and memberships. And turn on your gifted memberships in case anybody donates some so that you can get a freebie. Bring your mechanic with you, Rev. Yeah, you better. You bought another Jag. Well, I had the one, and I just bought another one back in July. Hey, Doc. Hey, Rev. Isn't Jag a British make anyways? No, it is not. Well, depends. Jaguar, up until about the year 1999 or 89, I want to say, was British made, British manufactured. Ford then bought Jaguar. So the British designed the cars. And then Ford came in and went, yeah, this is dumb. That won't work. So the design and all the cool things about Jag that you really like are still British. They're still from there. But Ford just went through and standardized the engines and the parts and the thing so that everything works properly. And from about 2000 to 2009, Ford built them. And now those, they're a little problematic in certain areas like any other manufactured vehicle that's ever existed. But, once you get them running good, they don't have any problems. Reverend Wild Bill says, should I say I want the XKE body with a Chevrolet 350 and a turbo hydromatic 350 with a new electronic system? So just the body and the frame will do. There, now you're talking. That's kind of what they did. My key, the key to my car is like a Ford Mondeo, whatever. It's the same key with the fob and a little switchblade key comes out. I think the frame of my car is a Lincoln. It's whatever. So, yeah. No, I'm loving my, absolutely loving my Jaguar. There's a few things I don't, the one that I bought did not come with a CD changer in the back. So I have to only play one CD at a time in the front. And I can get another CD player, but on a Jaguar, that player is proprietary. If you hook up anything other than the Jaguar one, none of your electrical systems will work at that point. That's how proprietary they are. So if you want to buy a CD changer CD for one of those Jags, you have to get one that already exists. They're obviously not making them anymore. And when you start searching for those, especially sealed up, have never been used ones, which there aren't very many, even the ones that have been used, they want like $1,000 for it or something like that. And I'm just like, maybe for right now we can just use the one player in the front. I'm gonna pay $1,000.
Maybe for right now we can just use
caller. You're going to have to turn down your stereo, caller.
I apologize for that. Didn't hit the pause button fast enough.
It's okay. How you doing, Doc Torn?
Well, I started the process for a couple new scars on my arm. I figured, old ones were getting old and boring, so I figured I'd add a couple new ones.
Are you talking about the tattoos?
No, I'm talking about actual scars. I had a little slip and fall, and my arm found a couple pieces of metal, and
oh man,
yeah, that was fun.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
If you arrive at the grave in a well-preserved body, you ain't did nothing with life.
I don't know about that. I'd like to arrive at the grave in a well-preserved body. I think I'd pick Diana Parkinson from The Price is Right, but you're talking about your own body.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. Yeah, it's what is it? I've heard some people say that when they die, they want to be like a car that's like beat up, rode hard, put away wet, that skids into its parking place on its last drop of gas. It's like when I go, I want everything used up and just, that's it. No more left.
Yeah, not me. No, I'm not going in well preserved and all pretty. Nope, I'm going to skid in sideways, used up, worn out, and screaming, "Woo! What a ride!"
Terry Nee says he wants his body to show up at the grave in 2063. Now, most people, I would think that meant they want to die in 2063, but Terry Nee is the type of guy that could actually disappear in 2055 and they don't find his body until 2063. So, just an observation.
You know what? I believe it.
So what else is new with you, Chief?
Well, excuse me. Showing that little packet of them little pellets in the beef jerky reminded me of a story from a construction crew I was on. So one of the guys I used to work with, his wife was she was in the Army. She's long retired by now, but so she used to get the MREs, meal ready to eat little packet things.
Yeah, MREs, sure. They have peanut butter and jelly. I'm very familiar with those.
Yeah, well, some of them have a little dessert cake, and you can eat. They have a little sprinkles you can put on them,
or brownie or something. Sure.
Yeah. Well, my one coworker, our unofficial crew lead, he had that, and another guy. This guy, he was a character. He had a bag of beef jerky. I guess he was kind of like jealous, and he opens the bag up and he looks in there and says, "Oh, look, mine came with sprinkles too." He's holding up the oxygen bead thing.
It's got iron pellets in it. Yeah.
Yes. Me. I says to him, "Dude, you should open those up, dump it in the bag, close the bag up, and shake it."
Did he do it?
No. Our crew lead. No, don't do that. No, Cage he's just kidding. He's making a joke. Because this guy was about ready to. He was about ready to open this iron silica packet.
Yeah. Delicious. Iron. Oh, good times.
Yeah,
that's good times.
That became the joke of the week.
Later on,
hey,
you see him trying.
Hey,
later on, you see him trying to chew that thing. Just.
No, our crew lead, he's an older guy. He had at least 10 years on us, 10, 15, depending on who you ask. He made sure to dispose of that.
Okay.
But the running joke became, "Hey, got you a pack of sprinkles."
That's funny. That's funny. All right, man. Well, I got to tie this thing up here in like 3 minutes. So, but I do appreciate your call as always, man. And I hope you get better from those injuries.
Oh, I bounced back quick. So yeah, I appreciate that, Tom.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate your support. I hope you have a good evening.
Thank you very much. I hope this goes well too.
All right, man. Have a good one. Thanks for the story.
My pleasure.
All right,
take care now.
That's the great Doc Torn. Reverend Wild Bill says, when I die, I want someone dressed as the Grim Reaper with a crank handle on the side of the coffin while playing Pop Goes the Weasel. Closing the phone lines right now because we're so close to the top of the hour. Grim Reaper standing in there. Pink. Reverend Wild Bill pops up out of the coffin. Terry Knees laughing. He's laughing. Reverend Wild Bill says, and on the side of the package, it says, do not eat. Terry Knees says, Reverend Bill, I want my song to be Please Don't Bury Me by John Prine. What would my song be? Mine would be I'm Different by Randy Newman. I'm different. I don't care who knows it. Something about me is not the same. It would be that one, or I Want Everyone to Like Me by Randy Newman, maybe. I don't know. There's probably a lot of songs. Hey, man, we made it through. We made it through another show. I tell you what, we're going to do a bang-up show for you tomorrow. And I'm very seriously considering on Friday and on Wednesday of this week doing a midday show. A show like at noon Eastern. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Sometime before the afternoon. Reverend Wild Bill says, my postal song is Tiptoe Through the Tulips and the Flowers. All right, kids. Hey, so glad to have you here. Let's get this thing going. Let's tell a friend, tell a relative, tell somebody you don't like. Let's get this thing going here. You know, because you know, Rob Saul has more followers than me. That'll keep a guy up at night. All right. Terry Nee says, or if you don't love Jesus, go to hell. Great show, says Reverend Wild Bill. Billy Joe Shaver. Yes. Billy Joe Shaver. The Kill would probably be my favorite song. Billy Joe Shaver. Now it was on. Hey, oh, sorry I was late. Oh, I know where you were. You know, my pre-show hype song for about the last 3 weeks has been Don't It Make You Wanna Dance by Rusty Weir. W-I-E-R. In fact, I'm going to put it in the thing here. Just use all Tom's... Hey, let's just all use Tom's theme song so the mourners can enjoy themselves. A lot of people have covered this song, by the way. Boom! Shakalaka. There you go. Hey, guess what? I'm out of here. But I hope to see you tomorrow. And I hope you bring 10 friends with you. Yeah, you don't have to. And I want to especially thank Ding Lizard, who was our only contributor this evening. 5 rockin' euros. And so, Ding Lizard, thank you for supporting the program. I guess you were the only one. That hurts. In places, frankly, I didn't think I could be hurt anymore. Anyway, till next time. Hey, hold on a second. Till next time. We'll see you next time.
I don't want to talk about that. money flies right out of my pants. Don't you know I got a little secret? It's the ace of hearts up my sleeve. And when I get home to my honey, she give me love like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. When I'm walking through my neighborhood, everybody knows I'm feeling good. See me smiling from my head to my feet. They say, ain't that Mr. Lucky coming down the street? Hey, that's me. I'm Mr. Lucky when you kiss my lips, when you touch me with your fingertips. I'm Mr. Lucky when you hold me tight. I'm Mr. Lucky when we kiss goodnight. Baby, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above.